Hello and welcome back to Goofy News with Stu. I am your host, as always, Stu. Now let's jump into some news. Our first story today, NASA officials released that the Parker Solar Probe has reached the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere, known as the corona. Appropriately named, this is the first time successfully that a probe has reached the star we know and love as the sun. This actually happened on April 28th of 2021, but NASA officials only released the information on December 14th of that same year. Now, because this is incredible news, the probe spent 5 hours collecting magnetic and solar particle data from the outermost part of that sun's atmosphere. Whew! And I thought it was hot here in Florida in January, being 89 degrees. I can't even imagine. Whew. Our next story. A new species of millipede has been discovered. Woo! Now, millipede are usually associated with having 1,000 legs, or 1,000 feet, whichever one you'd like to call it. Hence the base of the term, millie. However, the millipede with the most legs is only having around 750. Liars. Fibbers. However, this new millipede has around 1,300 legs. Discovered by Virginia Tech entomologist Paul Merrick, it is the first true millipede discovered in the world. Now, it was discovered in abandoned mining boreholes in Western Australia. Truly amazing and incredible. But I would do my best not to tick off this animal. Can you imagine what a kick from 1,300 feet would feel like? Yeah. Moving right along, after quite the snowstorm in Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian National Zoo had some fun. Now, there was a decent snowfall, and it was a winter wonderland, and the animals got to play in all that funness. Among the animals playing, a panda bear was doing somersaults, 2 sloths were wrestling, and even an elephant came out to see what the hubbub was all about. So, the next time you're complaining about the cold snow, remember that some animals love to have fun in it. Moving right along to our next story, a 57-year-old man named David Bennett had a successful heart transplant from a genetically modified pig heart. Doctors say 3 days later he's still feeling fine and doing well. Now, doctors at the University of Maryland's Medical Center had to get special permission from a U.S. medical regulator, as this was a life or death situation. They ran out of options, folks. If you thought your arteries were clogged, this man has a heart made of bacon. Our final story. Scientists in Israel have taught goldfish how to drive a car. I should mention, it was on dry land also. Researchers at the Ben-Gurion University of Negev in Israel wondered if a goldfish's ability to navigate would be affected under unusual circumstances. Turns out, those goldfish were up to the challenge. Now, these fish were placed in a tank of water that had sensors and wheels and motorized and all that stuff. But the sensors would detect which way the fish would swim and would drive the car in that direction. Wow, so cool. Now, my favorite part is these researchers called this vehicle a fish-operated vehicle. Imagine if your water tank just went zoop. Imagine pulling up to a stoplight and you turn to your left and you see a goldfish driving next to you. I dookie in my britches. I don't know about you. Thank you all so much for watching another episode of Goofy News with Stu. I truly appreciate your support. And, as always, may your sweetness shine and your colors grow. Till next time, I'm Stu.